kuthi angigive up. Kodwa ngeke give up. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna film. Reckless love of God. Mountain you won't climb after me. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to another video. It's your girl Ngibaleke in the building. You know what it is. I hope you're putting us a sloop. But as you guys can see by the title, we are getting vulnerable today. Can you guys hear that? Anyways, so guys, I think somebody has decided to give Zoe some time now. Okay, anyways, we're good. As you guys can see by the title, I am talking about my story growing up in a broken home and how it actually affected me my whole entire life. I'm not sharing this story because I want sympathy. I think I have done healing, and there's also one thing that actually triggered me into telling my story. It was someone else's story, someone very close to me, and I've never felt so low and so useless in my life because I couldn't and ngathi manje sebewu2 bagunda boba u2 test kahle ba testa mina kanti abazi ukuthi all my life I've been tested and all my life I've always won. Lento abayenza kumina manje amancane noma ngaqeda ngo1 ekseni okusalayo ngizofilma kusho 7 manje. Ngeke uthi ungitshela ukuthi ngoba kumnyama kanje wena usagunda utshani. Hayi ngiyambaya ngitesta lapho. Anyways, ngikhule nogogo nomkhulu, my grandparents, and they're very strict. We're not allowed to even go next door. If buka macicam uzoboshwa inyawo nezandla. They're very strict. We're never allowed to go anywhere. Even emgwaqeni umkhulu wami used to say, ingane intombazane ahambe ebusuku. So that's how we grew up with my sister Unomfundo, right? Sharp. So my mom was staying Olundi, and also my dad. My mom was there, my dad was never around. And guys, my dad was never around, right? So Miss Kula Nokoko Mkulu had 3 kids. It was 1 uncle and then 2 of my aunts. So basically, one of my aunts was married, and I can't speak. So Andwamigelo Shajile was in a happy marriage. You know, it was beautiful. Shout out to them, and also shout out to my grandparents for like, especially my granddad umkhulu nje ngithwalile imagama for the rest of my life, because he always said and I remember my first and my second year I'd watch as a go out to the clubs, and I'd just like be like, no, my granddad said until keep ending. Anyways, and then also with my aunt, we had great experiences. Okay, me not having a father around, I didn't pay much attention to it, but like, because also my mom was, you know, always there for us, and she covered everything, you know. But to see husband or auntie with the daughter, it was a beautiful relationship. It made me start questioning, where is my dad? Like, why isn't he here, and why don't we have like a relationship like this? I didn't dwell much on that because my mom was always there for us, right? So husband was always there for us. Well, he financially, emotionally, he made sure we felt like we had a father. We were taken out, he'd sit us down, have conversations about our goals, our future, you know. I actually felt like someone actually cares for me, you know. Yes, Umkhulu was there, but we didn't have like a close relationship where I could sit down with Umkhulu and have a conversation. No, that would have been so weird, right? But okay, that was what we had at that time. It was one day when we came home drunk, and usually he'd come home drunk and we'd have conversation with him and we'd laugh, and you know, but that night was different. So he came home drunk, and We sat, me and my cousin, and I think some food, I'm not sure, I think, because we were watching TV, right? So when we got in Pagela, and then we kept on talking to us as the usual, you know, having conversations. And then my cousin was like, hey, I'm going to sleep, guys. I'm really tired, you know. And then he called me wanting to have a conversation with me, right? Started asking me, what is your plan for the future? Because my cousin was sleeping now, and looking good on question. And then now he told me to come sit on his lap. I don't see a problem with it, like he's my father, right? But as much as I was always scared of him, but like I always felt safe because of the things that he had done for me. Sat on top of his lap and kept on asking me questions about the future. I was starting to get uncomfortable because now he kept on touching me. I'm like, okay, what is going on, you know? And then he stood up and he went and he fetched the keys, right? The keys for us to actually go outside. In my head, I'm thinking, are we making noise for the people? Maybe this conversation should go outside. I was in grade 9 at that time. And I don't remember much, but I remember him taking off my clothes. That's what I remember. And I was fully naked, and he actually made me go down on him. I was so disgusted, and I was crying, and I was angry. Like I had so many emotions all at once. So I'm going in because like my mom was always there for me. So my mom had a conversation with me, well, so many conversations with me, but one thing I've always kept with me was ukuthi, okay, fine, your father's not around, but it doesn't mean ukuthi uNkulunkulu is not around for you. Whenever you feel like you want to have a conversation with him, like sit down and talk to him, tell him everything, you know. So I've always felt safe when I talk to God, when I'm all by myself, right? So at that moment when everything is happening, I remember I was crying and I was talking to God. I said, God, please help me out of this situation. I'm about to do something, and can you just like lead the way? Okay, go right. I got to right here. Then I stood up and I told him that I wanted to pee, right? And then he's like, pee here. Mama, bodyguard man, and I remember, guess, ngathi ngiyachama ngehle ngavuka ngahlapha. I ran for my life. I ran, I screamed. My aunt woke up. In fact, everyone woke up in the house. I'm sure no neighbor bavuka ba understand what's going on. I got to my aunt, I held her tight, and he was following me, obviously. Bear in mind, I'm naked, fully naked, like not even undies. He came behind me, threw my clothes on my aunt, and he left. After that, I was very confused. I was very scared because he kept on telling me, don't make a noise, don't tell anyone, don't scream, all of that. And so I went to the room. Imagine now I still need to sleep in the same house with this person. I couldn't sleep. I was scared because I had made noise when he told me not to. I didn't know if he was gonna come in the room and hit me, and I could hear him and my aunt shouting at each other. And like, guys, I sometimes felt like it was my fault. It's okay, fine, you know, until the very morning where his brothers and his sisters came to have a conversation with him and talk to him, and also me. I don't remember the conversation because I was just really scared. I just wanted to get out of the house, right? Okay, I went back home after that whole thing. My grandpa was not told, my grandma was not told, my mom was not told, my dad was not told till today. I'm not sure about my grandma, but I'm 100% sure with my but also I don't know, they've never had a conversation with me about it. Yeah, well, guys. But one thing I know for sure, mom doesn't know and my dad doesn't know. Even if they do find out, it's gonna be today with you guys. I've always felt like I didn't want to tell them because especially my mom, I've always wanted to protect my mom. My mom is very emotional, but we're here now, and she'll find out like this. Years pass, and I grew up to be this angry child, you know. I was so mad. I started questioning, I started hating my father also, because maybe if he was there, none of this would have happened. But also, what if he's the one who could have done something like that? Like, I was very confused. I was thinking about everything in every direction. I never had a relationship also with my father, so like I didn't care, but I was so mad at him, you know. Ngakula with this anger. It showed in my relationships, friendships, like dating relationships, because I've always been in my masculine era. Like, I've always wanted to fight. If people know me, they know Tuzo always been a fighter. So because of that, I've always been angry with people that try to make me do what I didn't want to do. So I've always fought all my life. I didn't notice or realize how much that actually affected me. I was angry with my dad, I was angry with that person, I was angry with life, I was angry with God sometimes. I'm like, dog, like, why, you know? And then it took years for me. Actually, last year, 2023, was a year of introspection, guys, for me. I sat down with myself and I looked at everything in every direction, and I said, you know what? Some people actually had it worse. I'm glad worse than that. So why am I complaining? I have listened to a lot of people's stories on social media. I'm just like, girl, you know, yes, it did affect me, but yes, it did not go to an extreme, but it was still painful, and it still is the reason why so many things happen in Bilonium, you know. And I won't lie. So with that, first of all, I didn't look at marriage the same way. I never really trusted men, or never really cared about their feelings, and I was always angry. Like, the anger, it was always there. I fought, guys, a lot of people will tell you I fought a lot with the anger that I had. And so many things also triggered this with conversations I've had with people, and also understand that I've never spoken about it, so it's just with me, and it piles up every time a trigger comes, and I never really told anyone about it. I know I tell you guys a lot of things about me, but also there's a lot I don't tell you guys, even my mom, even my family, you know. So I have lived with this for the rest of my life, and that's how it actually affected me. I always destroyed even the good things that were meant for me. What do I mean? As part of my relationship, I never really took men seriously. Like, I never cared, because they animals, you know. That's what I thought. I'm just gonna take you guys through a couple of relationships. My first boyfriend, the one that broke my virginity. And another thing my mom said, you must break your virginity must at 21 or 21. I broke my virginity at 20. It was back in 2016. Same year. But with that boyfriend, he was there for me, supporting me in every single way. He even got to a point where because we were almost the same age. We're studying, he's studying, I was studying. And as much as Babi right to Google, but they're not gonna give him money to say take care of your girlfriend, you know. At that time, my mom was paying my school fees, and I told her to stop paying grosa because I was working. I was a waitress, I did club promos and all of that. So he went and he got a job to help me, and I jeopardized that relationship because I just, you know, I thought, oh, he's too serious, we're gonna get in a relationship, straight one day, and then he does that to the kids. That's what I had the whole entire time. I broke him. Yes, I did something and we broke up. And did I care? I did not care. I moved on. Got in another relationship. Okay, that one broke me. And then, but I'm there, but I'm not there. I think now it got to a point where sesisondele ukuthi ngimit or ubaba wa Alwa we're not together, but he always cared. He told me about this lifestyle because, guys, we were drinking every single day, different clubs, different men all the time. For me, I didn't care. I just wanted to forget everything because, understand, I've been there all my entire life, and with Leandro yenzekile, I've always been scared now of even my grandpa, because I don't know, maybe now he might change somehow. I was not sure. And also we had an uncle. My uncle was drinking now and again. I was also scared of him, you know. And also there are times where we'd stay with Umkulu during the day, and I felt really uncomfortable because of that experience. So all my life I'm in this fear, and every day it kicks in. Sometimes I dream about it, wake up at night and imagine fighting that all by yourself because no one was checking up on me. I couldn't even talk to my mom about it and tell her, hey, ma, this is the situation. Like, I was just all by myself. It was a situation that happened, and then after that, after, nobody cared. I don't know if they cared, but like nobody showed up for me. And to be honest, I really needed somebody. So even with relationships, build up, and then when I started drinking alcohol, oh, I thought it was better, you know, pause every day, forget about life, forget about boys, forget about men, marriage, you know, the dreams that we have as kids. And Obaba Alwande, for the fact that he was always there telling me, stop this lifestyle, stop doing this, stop that. He always showed up and made sure, hey, why go clear, guys? I went to clear because he didn't like the lifestyle and the things that I do, right? I'm all over the place. Did I care? I didn't care. Because why? He's a man, you know? And I think me having my son was God stepping in, because trust you and me, when I had that boy, I went home and I sat down and I said, you know what, it passed. You can't now live your life just because this and this thing happened. Because understand, I'm not just only angry with him, now I'm angry with everyone that knew, and now I'm angry that my mom was not told. I'm angry at everyone, you know. But when Alwande came, it actually calmed me down and I understood Utando. Now, here's another fear unlocked. You understand what he was there as a father, but he was not my biological father. Now, what I was really scared about is having a child and then now being with someone else. What if they also experience the same thing? Not sexually, but even in other guys, they experience that, and nowadays it's easy, you know. I've always had that fear with Alwande being with other people, other parents, but this is now interesting because I jeopardized also the relationship I could have had with the father of my child by not listening, not caring, being angry and hating men. I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm trying to make you guys understand that sometimes izinto aseyinaki kanti ziyaslimaza, because I didn't know at that time. I didn't care also, you know, but I was living my life. It jeopardized everything for me. Relationships after that, I've never been in my feminine energy. I've always felt the urge to fight everyone. So when Allah came, it was better, guys. I felt like, you know, now I had someone to protect, now I had someone to love, now I had someone to focus on my goals for, because I want something better for him. You know, I tapped into my inner child and I told her, it's okay, you can relax now, you're safe. You know, I had to do a lot of healing on my own all this freaking years. I got engaged. It even opened up more wounds, but now these wounds cannot be opening up and listening. because now I can't make dumb decisions when my baby is here, because whatever it is that I do obviously will affect him. So it's really important for us to pay attention to the environment because you just will never understand. Like for instance, with my mom, yes, my dad was never around, but I've never seen her with amadoda. That's why even now to today, I you know, then the amadoda, because she respected us growing up. There's no need for me to say this, but I'm trying to make you guys understand the idea, because you can't say ingane na 7 khona ingane na 7 ekhumbulayo with what happened. I was in grade 9. I remember everything like how it was. So last year was actually a big year for me because I did a lot of introspection. I tapped into my inner child and just like spoke to her, and with everything that's happening in my life, and I now understand it was just me, and I can't blame abanye abantu ngempilo, no, imina. And also with lending affect her, yes, it did affect me. I didn't pay attention. I didn't know. That was just how I was feeling at that time, and I didn't care. All I'm saying is pay attention to your environment. We're mothers now, and also like it's okay for you to tap into your inner child or sit down and do some introspection and say, yes, isn't it, but they're not going to determine who I am today, because they really do affect you. Not now, but even in the future. I honestly don't know who's going through something like this, and honestly at this point I don't, with the experience and the healing I think I've done for myself, I don't think I'll be in a situation to sit down with a person that has gone through the same and say, this is how you should handle this situation, because I honestly feel like I failed myself, right? I kept quiet for years, and I allowed it to bring so much anger into my life and make me destroy so many beautiful things in my life. I wouldn't know. I honestly wouldn't know how to sit down with a person like that. And we are dealing with a lot of things that we never really speak about. That's why it's important to be kinder to one another. Till now, like umuntu ashinto enganakile, but because mina bengingakudili nayo, it affected me. Then I started all over again in anger, you know. I think maybe now if I talk about it, I'll feel better. I don't know. And guys, I don't know what's gonna help, because Guning, I will say ukuthi I just hope with abazali bethu do this whole parenting thing differently. I mean, like, you guys understand ukuthi you guys have been young as well. You've been in our position. Not luleks and just luleks on. The anger that you guys have, I know some of you guys are actually trying to protect us, but y'all are so violent about it and don't understand the pain that you are causing. I'm not saying my mom was perfect, but my mom always had this way of not shouting at us, but she'd sit down with you and share her story and tell you, and if you come back and tell her, because she opened up a space about everything, you know. But I think it actually worked for us, because now I became a very uma uthe yasaba konje engitshela ukuthi ubreak ifajini masina 21. I was so scared. I remember the day I broke my virginity, I was crying the whole way. I took a walk from Bria Center to South Beach, crying all the way, because I have disappointed my mom. She said 21 and I'm 20. That was the only thing ringing a kind of alarm. Oh, you know, So it's really important with parenting manje. Yes, I see abazali being very violent and harsh to ingane. Yes, nathi sikhulisa shower ekhaya, but umkhulu aslimaza ngamagama, you know. Yes, he was protecting us, but aslimaza. He's never said a word, you know, about hey, so why just lalelani ke la ngizweni kahle. Ingane ehambe ebusuku angifuni finish and clear. Uzoyibona ke wena ukuthi wenza kanjani after that. So let me speak about myself. I've always been scared of breaking ama rules or izinto eyisho abantu abadala, you know, to a point where make breaker ish, you know, the guilt with me would stay forever. Hence I've grown, and yes, I've been healing my inner child, but I've just gone back to that girl of being indoors. And I understand why they kept us indoors for years. They're just like protecting us, but also I saw a lot of things and I learned from them. They shaping me into the woman that I am. I'm grateful, but I really wish some of the things I did not experience. Yeah, if you're going through something like this, just tap into your inner child and talk to her, tell her it's okay. I totally understand that there's a lot of us dealing with Anjena, and you don't know what to say, you don't know who to talk to, you're young, you're confused, you're scared. It's just it's a lot. And because in this case, it's not even about like that situation, but even with me not having a father triggered so much in my life, so much, especially in my relationships. I was looking for a father. My boyfriends are more than just like a boyfriend. I don't know if I make sense. And then if I don't get that, I'd be angry, and then I jeopardize my own relationship. So it's very important for us to sit down with ourselves and just like talk to ourselves. Even if you sit in front of a mirror and say, you are safe. I know it's not safe nowadays, but it's okay to just like ensure yourself so you don't have so much anger, and you don't end up making so much mistakes in your life. As I'm saying again, like growing up in a broken home is not easy. And I just realized that I started this whole thing for myself as well, because I learned already saying, you understand? Is it nice? No, it's not nice. Am I ever going to do anything about it? No. I even got to a point where I was just like, you know what, it's fine, it happened. But I was like, oh fine, I'm just gonna work hard and be by myself and not have a boyfriend or a man. You know, just work for my kid, that's fine. In the hands of another parent. And so now I'm going to do the same thing to my child. It just did not sit well with me. So all I'm saying is, guys, heal certain things. Like even with your man in a relationship now, sit and talk about your past traumas. I mean, like, it's okay. Like even you know, and the affects a little relationship. I think it's about time we actually sit down with ourselves and talk about these things. And it's breaking so many marriages, it's breaking so many people. Like, we are a generation that does not believe in love, we don't believe in marriage, we don't believe in anything. Like, but it's because sometimes we grew up in situations like this and we never really took the time to work on them on our own. Because my therapist as about hundreds, the time also is when you sit down with yourself and say, this time I wanna be helped. Are you ready? Even if you sit down, Zoe, angeke uzukwazi ukuthi uphile impilo yakho based on whatever happened. You need to grow up. It's okay to talk to yourself like that. You need to grow up. You need to get out of that, because it's affecting so many things. And I did a video last time and I told you guys about introspection. Well, sometimes we jeopardize izinto zethu thina, and we feel like people are leaving, people are bad. Sometimes you're the bad person. It's not the case for everyone. I'm just sharing my journey, you know. And people will come in your life and have different opinions. They've never walked a day in your shoes, so they'll never understand the journey that God has actually called you to walk. People that are trying to advise me about my life, my saying is, you've never been where I am. You've never lived a day in my life. So the information, yes, it's good, but it does not relate to me and my story and my journey. And that's where the power of isolation comes. You are able to sit down and listen to yourself. Even if you make mistakes, you're able to sit down and say, Zoe, you made a decision like this. Now you gotta sit down with yourself and going forward. It's a really painful world to live in nowadays. La ngiyoyithenga khona imoto yonke neighborhood iyobiqhuma. We keep reliving impilo esiqhamuka kuzona, and it's not stopping. I believe the change starts with you. As soon as you sit down and talk to yourself, it's okay. I know some other people will come in your life and make mistakes. Some mistakes they will affect you, but it's not about you. You don't have to change for other people. You just really need to sit down with yourself and say, okay, fine. I think I've always told you guys this with all my relationships. I don't think I've been in a relationship with someone, gay mistake. It was either a blessing or God was testing me, and I've seen the test. Like a relationship that you guys know, I was dealing with a very unhealed person who's going through a lot. He's also never spoken much about. I'm not sure, that's what he told me. But it affected our relationship a lot. But guess where Zoe was? Zoe was so calm. I was so calm, guys. I've never been that calm in my life. I've always fought, you know. So yes, it didn't work out. Yes, it was a relationship, but for me, it was a test. That's how I look at everything, you know. I've always told God that I want to be better. I don't want to be that girl anymore who's always, you know. And I really did show up. I was so calm. And like it showed up as if I don't care. No, I did care. I cared a lot. One thing about me, I love fully, because tanda relationship, right? But if I get into a relationship, I love wholeheartedly, fully. But he didn't understand the journey I was in. I asked God to just give me the strength to be a very calm woman, and I don't want to have that anger for men anymore. I was very calm, and I was proud of myself. It might prove it got to you, yes. So there's a lot of things that I'm actually working on myself for kuningi, and I urge you guys also, like, I don't know what you're going through. Understand ukuthi everything happens for a reason, and I urge you guys to look at everything, every situation in your life positive. Right now I'm going through something, and I've been laughing all the way. I'm like, God, you're testing me, but I'm gonna keep my faith. I'm praising him, I'm praying, having conversations with him, like I'm there, you know. And I saw this other quote, Itiena, Utisha, when you guys are in a test room, right? They keep quiet and not say anything because you're writing, right? And I was like, oh, okay, sharp. I've spoken to you, and now you're just testing me. And I show up every day. I don't know who needed to hear this, but this is my story. I do feel like I missed quite a lot of things that I wanted to say, I don't know why, I don't know how, but at least you guys got a summary of what I actually wanted to talk about. Don't allow your past yakho to shape your future yakho. Always take lessons in every situation that comes in your life. It's okay to sit down with people, talk about the past and how it actually affects you or them, and it's okay for you guys to get help, even if it's help from yourself. As I said, speaking to yourself about these things and wanting to heal and get through them, it's okay. Do not forget to pray. Pray always. Sometimes I feel like God is just really quiet, but as soon as I talk to him, I will get answers. It's either in my dreams or through people or what I watch on social media, and I'll be like, okay, so cool, sharp, let me keep moving. Yeah guys, that's all I need to say to you. Take care of yourselves and thank you so much, and thank you so much for tuning in. Angifune sympathy, I'm just sharing a story. And also, if you've been through or someone is going through a situation like this, comment down below. How would you help that person? Let's have conversations about this. If you've been through the same thing also, comment down below. It might help someone out there, because honestly speaking, I don't know what to say, because I really feel like I failed myself. Yes, it did work out for me because I'm a very positive person and I fight everything, but like, I'm sure there were other ways I could do this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how my mom's gonna take this, guys. I'm so scared. I've protected her all my life because I just didn't feel like I wanted to hurt her. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't go out of my way to be this ingane hlongandlebe and do crazy things, you know. I don't know what other people do, and because we judge each other a lot. You see people doing drugs, you see people going out, you see people doing this and this and that, drinking alcohol, you see people on the streets. You don't know what they're going through. You really don't know what they're going through. As I said, also practice gentle parenting. Nowadays, and also dealing with the kid is difficult. But space insane. Like sometimes because you know, in our shoes, because you've been young, you've been through life, and as I said again, you guys are trying to protect us, but we don't understand the violence. It's the same thing like when you're in a relationship with a man. If you're gonna tell him that you don't like the way he does things and be shouting and screaming, he's not gonna hear anything. He's not gonna hear anything. And I feel like if you've spoken once as a parent, it's okay for ingane. Just pray about it. Just pray about it, and then now it's koduma, you know. Because the anger that we have as parents as well, I feel like triggers izinto singakazidile nazo kwayithina, because us as parents as well, we've been through so much and we never really take the time to heal and talk about these things, and so it does affect our relationships as well and also our kids. It's very important ukuthi ingane yakho uyenzele environment a healthy ezokhula ngayo ibe right from indlela wena ukhule ngayo. I think I've spoken so much. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will definitely see you guys on the next video. That was my story, and I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.